What's up, motherfuckers? This is Josh from Party Wounds. I'm the lead vocalist, and I'm gonna go in depth with our lyrics. So track one, People Like You. That one was recorded live. Well, not recorded live, sorry. It was written live. We were in our rehearsal studio, and we were just kind of jamming out and stuff like that. This was when the band kind of just first started, because we first started in January. January to December, around that time of last year. And we just decided, yeah, let's make a first track. Let's make like a heavy one, like a heavy, like groovy one. And we ended up making People Like You. And that one was, well, for me, I saw very heavily influenced on the Slipknot side of things, kind of mixed with metalcore, And for that track, for lyrically, I kind of just thought about it like, you know what, let's do some 2010 shit, you know what I mean? Like 2010 to 2015 type lyrics. So I kind of approached it like, oh, let's put some little cringe stuff in there, you know what I mean? But other than that, like I my lyrics, I do write them based off of my feelings and stuff like that, and I do tend to write a little bit more. My writing is influenced by Chris Roeder from like Moss to Flames, and that track was heavily influenced by his older style of writing. So yeah, so basically let's get to the context of things, of what the lyrics are about. People Like You was basically about I guess people taking granted of you, like they take you for granted. And I tend to get that a lot with people, old friends and stuff like that. And it was very heartbreaking because, during that time you feel very wanted and loved and stuff like that. And sometimes, you get those people that kind of drag you down and just kind of walk out on your life and kind of just don't give a fuck about you. And, they don't support you, or just a whole lot of negative thoughts that people tend to put on you. And also goes back to my older way of thinking of how people kind of just did not give a fuck about me, you know what I mean? And so now I learned that you shouldn't care if people give a fuck about you, you know what I mean? Like now I don't really care, but I just wanted to write this song based off that, because back then I wasn't able to artistically write like that and to put it towards a song. So I felt like this was the opportunity to do that. Maybe for like the younger people who are experiencing this, like, hey dude, it's all for you, Hopefully you guys relate to this song. This was more like a beat down type shit. So yeah, that's what People Like You is about. So for track number 2, Seclusion was actually the very first song that I wrote, lyrically, and melody wise. The Skeleton, all these songs, the Skeleton was obviously made by our guitarist Tony. Tony is the very first guitarist within the band. So the first 3 songs of this EP was the Skeleton was written, like the beginning, like the guitar riffs were written by Tony. And our other guitarist, Damien, just recently came in, wrote the very last song, This Loneliness. But Seclusion, anyways, back to Seclusion, was the very first song that me and Tony put out. And me and Tony we were in, or there was a band before this called Beyond the Eclipse. It was like a project band to get better at songwriting. And there's another version of Seclusion on Spotify under Beyond the Eclipse. And That one was very like my first song, like kind of like doing it for real, like putting it out. And um, on my recording takes, there was some parts that were just off time, and it was just kind of like an amateur move of me. But anyways, and also the songwriting was very just like go go scream 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 scream, and the chorus part I did a vocal technique that I was not practiced on, so I would sing the whole chorus without vocal technique, and then I would just kind of like destroy my chords after that. So I kind of stopped doing that, and yeah, but Seclusion lyrically is about my experiences in my dreams, and how sometimes throughout the day I kind of like depersonalization. I'm pretty sure all of you guys know that. Uh, you know, I would kind of see like the world in a fog, and it was more so like a dream, and how every day it felt like, oh, I'm in a dream, like this doesn't feel real, like I just feel lost and empty, and very cloudy headed every day, and it wasn't the most pleasant feeling. Sometimes I do get those, but still. But yeah, this song I hold very deeply into my heart. This is my on this EP. This is the darkest song I've written lyrically, and yeah. So it's a if you guys are experiencing that, it's basically, to cut it short, the song is this song is about my experiences of how I see the world sometimes, and how I go out through my day, and the nightmares that I have at night, and the shit I see, and basically the my demons haunting me and stuff like that. And yeah, so that's what Seclusion's about. Track number three. Track number three, Craving Blood, which is actually our debut single. Um, that one was more black metal meets metalcore type written influences. Um, and this one was kind of written more theatrical. Some of these lyrics were written by our old drummer. Um, our old drummer is unfortunately not in the band anymore because moving reasons, and LA is very fucking expensive. So yeah, but but the rest, I basically took a little bits and parts of the lyrics that he written, got an idea, and started writing in my own way. And this one was more theatrical because the song sounds more theatrical and more vampire-ish in a way from how I perceived it. So that one is about basically it could be a girl, a guy, whatever you're into, but it's about a girl being a vampire, and basically this guy falls in love with her, and but she's a deceiver and a liar, and basically was just using him and tricking him throughout the whole time. And at the end of the night, she basically, bites into his neck, and like a fucking vampire does, and turns him into a vampire, and then realizes that, that she was just using them to try and get her blood because she's bloodthirsty. And you could perceive that in real life, like how people use you and how they only want you for your clout or for your money, whatever it's just, this is theatrically speaking. And the dude realized that she had ruined his life and turned him to a vampire, and that his life will never be the same. So yeah, you can take that to a personal meaning as well, into whatever you're maybe going through with your ex, or someone that you had a crush on, or whatever. I don't know, like whatever, however you perceive it. This is just another Romeo and Juliet song in a very dark way. So that's what Craving Blood's about. Track number 4, last track of the EP, This Loneliness. This one was probably like the fastest that I've written lyrics for. This took me within like a couple days to write the lyrics for. And basically what the song is about is about being, obviously it says in the title, This Loneliness. It's about being alone, feeling lonely anytime during the day or like within any time of your life. I mostly wrote this song because I lost a lot of friends throughout this year, because I started this journey of making music, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But I lost a lot of friends. Most of these people that I know now are just acquaintances, and my friend group is very, very small. And not to take for granted that the people who do care about you, like, you should keep them close, and you shouldn't give a fuck if other people care about you or not. But for me personally, it sucks losing a lot of friends, especially at 20, and you see like your friends drift away and then you don't see them anymore, and then you make new ones. But yeah, so it's about starting something that you love, but they just can't stick through that, and that's a loss on them because they don't see the journey that you go through. The ones who are there since the beginning actually see the journey you go through, so that's what This Loneliness is about. It's nothing much like crazy or anything like that. It's pretty straightforward. No, maybe some metaphors here and there, but it's a pretty straightforward, lyrically written song about how I feel about being lonely sometimes with choosing this career path and trying to succeed in it. So yeah, but honestly, love the shit out of making music and wouldn't trade it for anything else. So it's okay. I'm gonna try my best to, or we're all gonna try our best to make this work. So hopefully you guys enjoy this EP. And yeah, this is Left to Sing. This is the lyric explanation. See you guys later. Peace out.